Hello everyone, today we're ranking two legendary death metal bands, grindcore elements of tech death, melodic death metal, whatever the hell this one was. So yes, today we're ranking Carcass and Morbid Angel. Now I've got a coin here, the good old Australian 50 cent. The only coin over here that's not perfectly round. So if it's tails, I'll do Carcass first. If it's heads, I'll do Morbid Angel first. It's heads, Morbid Angel first. So straight off the bat, I threw these in here because I think that was the demo just before Altars of Madness came out, right? And I have no idea what any of these are. So coming in last, yep, you guessed it, Illud. Outside of the song Existo Vulgar and parts here and there that I think are pretty cool, like certain bridge sections, certain drum beats, blah 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 blah. It's just terrible, so hard to sit through. It's like a 3 out of 10. And two of those points is the song Existo Vulgar, because I'll say it again, I think that song is great. And that other 1 point is for the parts every now and then that are actually pretty decent. So yeah, Illud gets its own tier. Screw it. Coming in at number 8, it's got to be Kingdoms to Stay In. Yeah, when I listen to this, I've listened to this twice now, I think. Nothing stood out on both listens. Steve Tucker's back at the band. Great, because Steve Tucker is a very good replacement for David Vincent, who has, of course, left, like 3 or 4 times? And yeah, nothing stood out both times I listened to it. Coming slightly above that, number 7 is Heretic. Drum check. Enough said. It's got some solid songs towards the front. As you get to the back, though, there's just like the songs. Well, songs. They're like just 1-minute tracks that are just all complete filler. One is just like Azagoth going mad on a guitar, which is alright, I guess. Then it just becomes whammy bar stuff. There's like a whole bunch of weird synth interludes, which they did here, and here. Especially on this one, we'll get to you though. Yeah, it's just kind of bland, just like Kingdoms Sustained, and it's like an hour and a half. No, it's more like an hour 15 minutes. I was playing Dark Souls in the background while I was listening to it, both times actually, and it just didn't work for me at all. Now we're getting a bit more positive. Gateways to Annihilation. Now, there isn't necessarily that many songs that stand out. It's more just good the whole way through, pretty much. I believe Eric Rutan was on guitars instead of Richard Brunel. Was the original guy's name, I think. Eric Rutan is an amazing guitar player, so that's all good by me. And of course, is an active member of Cannibal Corpse, and has been producing them almost without exception since Kill. Gateways, the production I'm not that big on. That's kind of a big complaint with these 3. I don't like the really bassy and mid productions. I like to have quite a lot of high end in the music I listen to, and most of the discography actually doesn't really have that much high end on it, so oh well. Next up we got Blessed Are the Sick, coming in at number 5. Yep, I've listened to this one 3 times, and the opening track, Fall from Grace, isn't it called? Great song. Towards the end you get a couple of longer, more technical pieces. There's the acoustic interlude. It's just from front to back a solid album, just like Gateways, really. Coming in at number 4, it's Domination. Where the Slime Live. Enough said. That song is so good, so slow and heavy and creepy, and just has this nice driving groove the whole time. Eyes to See, Eyes to Hear, that's the one. That's a great song. And again, it's one that not too many songs grab me on it. It's just consistently good the whole way through, really. And now, Formulas Fail to the Flesh. This is one I basically never see high, and I love it. It's probably the most insane and technical album they ever did. Trey is just on fire the whole way. It was what the first album that had Steve Tucker on it, and he nails it. Very good replacement to David Vincent, just like I said before. Probably Pete Sandoval's best drum performance across the entire discography as well. So heavy and in your face the whole way. And it's got the band's longest song, Invocation at the Continual One. Just absolutely stupid the whole way through. I love it, man. And now we come to the top two. Am I more of a Covenant guy, or am I more of an Altars guy? Covenant's coming in at number 2. This is probably a 9 out of 10 for me. I've listened to it 4 times. Every song is great. Just kicking you in the face straight away with Rapture. Oh. Every time I listen to that song, I'm thinking ready for it, and then the whole time it's just such a beatdown of a song. And again, Pete Sandoval, easily one of my favorite drummers ever. Oh, that reminds me, I'm planning on doing a video that's my top 10 drummers of all time, top 10 guitarists, bass players, singers, and keyboard players. I might do a keyboard players one. Anyways, Covenant, God of Emptiness is so good. That was for ages my favorite Morbid Angel song. We'll get to my actual favorite soon. The Lion's Den, more stupidly fast and aggressive death metal for you, just like Rapture. It's just overall such a great album. So many people have it at number 1 as the best Morbid Angel album. You do you, it's so good. Coming in at number 1 though, it's the generic number 1 for a reason. Aldous of Madness. Not a lot of bands nail it straight away. Morbid Angel absolutely killed it on first go. This is a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I've listened to it maybe 7 or 8 times now, and I'm just like, how did a bunch of 20-ish-year-olds come into Morrisound Studios in 1989 and just create 39 minutes of no BS death metal? Probably the best mix they ever got. You got, straight off the bat, you got some keyboards thrown in there, which is something that became a bit more apparent going all over here. Oh, not this one. Even though it did have keyboards, but they're horrendous. Awesome Madness though. Straight off the bat, you get that awesome reverse intro then into the actual song of Immortal Rights. Suffocation, just more stupidly aggressive death metal. And Chapel of Ghouls. If you read the lyrics, it's about like demons coming and killing priests in the church. Visions from the Dark Side, that's the one. It's got like this really quick melodic bit. Each time I listen to that, I'm like, whoa, this is cool. And nobody else was doing death metal like this back at the time. Because you had the first few Death albums, you had the first 2 Possessed albums. Cannibal Corpse was forming. Hadn't released anything yet till the next year though. And then in comes Morbid Angel with like one of the best death metal albums ever made. Right. Now let's get to Carcass. I'm going to do a triple ranking soon, which is Carcass, Morbid Angel, and Death. 23 albums. I still have a few left to re-listen to before I complete that list. It's very close to done though. Anyways, Carcass is probably my least favorite of the 3 bands I'll be ranking. But come on. These guys are amazing. And they're very quickly becoming one of my favorite English bands and just death metal bands all around. So, coming in last place, and pretty easily coming in last place, has got to be Reek of Putrefaction. The production destroys this album. Even on good headphones, you can't hear almost any of this album. I feel the songs do stand out though. Genital Grinder. Like, how's that for a song name right off the bat? That's a good song. And Splattered Cavities? That's got a really cool riff in the middle. Besides that though, it just all blends together. Like, there's parts where it's just guitar and maybe like the drums going really slowly. That's when you can actually hear stuff. As soon as Ken is the drum's name, I believe, starts blasting though, all you can hear is you know, if the production wasn't so horrendous on this album, it would probably be higher than Swan Song. A lot of the time, rock music is not my thing. So when you fuse it, whenever I hear rock fused with death metal, death and roll, It's called, yep. It just makes you cringe. I don't like it. Because you're blending the laid back style of rock with, death metal. The most insane genre you'll ever hear in your life, almost. Except for maybe, gore grind. I've only listened to it twice, and both times I was just kind of like, can we get to hard work already? And coming a little bit above that is Symphonies of Sickness. Just like I said with a few of the Morbid Angel albums before, there isn't necessarily concrete songs that really stick out to me. It's just all the way through really good. It's definitely a massive step up from Reek of Putrefaction, though. The songs feel a lot more fleshed out, the musicianship's better, the production is worlds better. That's a low bar, though. And yeah, it's still got that really disgusting quality of Reek of Putrefaction, man. It's got the really weird pitch down vocals, and it still has that pure intensity that Reek of Putrefaction did. It's just toned down a little bit. Apparently the aim of this album was like, they were all just like, yeah, let's just make the dumbest, most disgusting and brutal album we could, and damn, they definitely did that much. Right, now taking a pretty significant jump up, Necroticism. This album is so good. Straight after Symphonies of Sickness, just doing a stripped back normal death metal. Okay, it's not, stripped back is not the right word to use. There's so many technical parts in here. Every single song on here is like at least 5 minutes long. Some of Carcass's, highlight songs are here. Incarnated Solvent and Abuse is like a top 5 Carcass song for me. In Propagation, Corporal Jigsaw Quandary, with the drums matching the guitar and the bass for basically the whole song, which, oh my god, which is an awesome touch. And I just realized that they're missing Torn Arteries. Imagine that this is an imaginary box, okay? Drag Torn Arteries just higher than Necroticism. Even in 2021, 8 years after Surgical Steel, which we'll get to soon, Carcass is still nailing it. Like the Dance of Ixtab, a very Swan Song kind of sounding song. But god damn, it's so good, man. How did these guys do it? They blend rock music so well with death metal. Again, though, I don't like how they did it on Swan Song. For some reason, the Dance of Ixtab works for me, though. And the music video is so weird, and I love it. The Slice Remorse Swing, that's a song I've been listening to like 4 times a week recently. It's so good. And the long song in the middle, the Flesh Sonic Torment Ripping Limited, or whatever it's called. No. Flesh Ripping Sonic Torment Limited, yep. Man, that's like almost a prog metal song. It's stupid. And as normal with Carcass, except for you, the production is so clear. You can hear everyone so well. And the drums, oh. The Carcass drum sound is always exceptional, again, except for you. Carcass is like one of the most solid bands I've ever listened to everything from. So am I more of a hard work guy, or am I more of a Surgical Steel guy? I said that for Morbid Angel as well, didn't I? Wow. Surgical Steel's number 2. Damn close to number 1 though. Like, I had to re-listen to these two a fair bit. Get in there. Before I had a concrete number 1. I'll just put it there, just for the moment. Even though it is my number 1. Just like, everyone. And for good reason. Surgical Steel though. Right off the bat, 1985. The really cool song that's just, Bill with all the different harmonies. There's like a 4-layer harmony going on. And with the descending lead line over it. Straight into the Thrasher's Abattoir, which continues on from 1985. Great song. Captive Bolt Pistol, another rock-like groovy kind of song that you would again find on Song Song. Swan Song, wow, not Swan Song. The Granulating Dark Satanic Mills, I'm tripping on my words so much today, Jesus, is also one of my favorite Carcass songs. What's that other one? Unfit for Human Consumption. This album's like an 8.5, maybe a 9 for me. Hard work though. What a game changer. Jesus, man. Like, apparently back in the day when this album came out, all the death metal bands were starting to get more melodic. All of them were slowing down a little bit. changing the vocal style, and for good reason. This album is so good. Straight off the bat, you get Buried Dreams, which is my actual number one Carcass song. I've been learning it on guitar recently, and I play along with it like once a week. It's just such a great song. The title track with all the different harmonies and the really thrashy riff in the verse. Embodiment with that really nice like suspended chord kind of lead, which opens the song and keeps on repeating. Embodiment with that that riff in the verse is so good. Oh my god. Carnal Forge, more of a faster one. No Love Lost. It's just front to back so good. Now, since I already ranked Death, I'm not going to do an updated ranking because I don't think my ranking has changed. Yeah, if you're anyone wondering, that is number 7 is Leprosy, number 6 Scream Bloody Gore, number 5, Spiritual Healing, number 4 is Symbolic, 3 is Human, 2 is Individual Soul Patterns, and 1 is The Sound of Perseverance. So, yeah, look out for that triple ranking. I hope you guys liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.